This one says to solve the equation, this is 77 from 8.4. So we have z squared plus 25i equals 0. So if we subtract 25i from both sides, we have z squared equals negative 25i. And it's a little unfortunate that they chose this as our z is the variable here, because now we've got to, usually that's going to be what we start with, and we use w's and so on. We'll still use w's, but I'm going to go so far as to say u equals that negative 25i. And then if we were to graph that, just know that down here is that 25, negative 25 on the I axis. And so I was tempted to go with 3 pi over 2 for the angle, but knowing how the book is different, we'll go with angle being negative pi over 2. So that our u would be, I've got to do the magnitude of u, don't I? The magnitude of u is going to be the square root of negative 25 squared plus 0 squared, because the real part's 0, which is just going to be 25. So our u would be 25 times e to the I pi over 2, negative pi over 2. I'll just put the negative there. So to get our z1 and z2, I'm just going to go with w0 is going to be that, it's going to be square root, so z is the square root of negative 25i. So the roots are going to be w0 and w1, because the square root has an index of 2. So we start at 0, we keep going until we get to 1 less than the index of the radical. So this is going to be the square root of 25 times e to the I times pi over 2, I should say negative pi over 2, plus 2, I should say 2 times 0 times pi, all divided by 2. So that works out to be 5 times e to the I times, so that 2 times 0 times pi is 0. So it's just going to be that negative pi over 2 divided by 2. So it's times negative pi over 4. That's a 4, not a 9. If you want to clean that up, we can say that's 5 e to the negative pi I over 4. There. The other one, w1, is going to be the square root of 25 times e to the I, and it's negative pi times negative pi over 2, I times negative pi over 2, plus 2 times 1 times pi, all divided by 2. And that's going to be 5 times e to the I times, and that's like a 3 pi over 2 divided by 2. So we end up with 5e to the 3 pi I over 4. That's the second answer. Okay, hope that makes sense.